welcome. This is the first episode of the Little Ox podcast, and I'm here with Dr. Chun Tang, who is our illustrious founder of Little Ox. So, Chun, first of all, thanks for your time. I know it's been a busy day for you, but tell us a little bit about how NMN and Resveratrol came into your life, because I know it's quite an emotive journey for you.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you very much. Good evening, and thank you for the kind words. It started probably around about the pandemic time when I used to be quite fit. I used to travel a lot, hike a lot, do a lot of exercise, and then during the pandemic, I put a lot of weight on, became very tired, had headaches, brain fog. Then eventually my sugars started going up, and my cholesterol started going up, and I just don't know what was going on. So I looked into the reasons why, I could work out why. Then I came across NMN and Resveratrol. I tried some of that.
So what are they? So what is NMN and Resveratrol? Because I know a lot of people have heard about them, but what is it?
Yeah, NMN is a naturally occurring molecule in the body, and it's a precursor for NAD, and NAD is required in nearly all cells in the body to generate.
Oh, so it's something natural, so something that we produce anyway?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, and is Resveratrol similar? Is that something that we just produce anyway?
Resveratrol comes from red wine kind of extract.
I knew I'd heard of it somewhere.
It's very, very healthy.
So is that the reason why red wine's good for you?
Yeah.
So when people talk about red wine being good for you, is that because of the Resveratrol?
That's why the French like red wine.
Exactly, that's why they're so healthy. Sorry, so you started researching NMN and Resveratrol.
Yeah, because I was trialing different supplements because I didn't really want to go on medication to help my blood pressure or cholesterol. But maybe it's something natural, because maybe it's something nutritional that's causing the issues. Because as being a doctor, I know that majority cause of blood pressure is unknown. So I thought maybe there's some kind of nutritional thing to it. So it's my personal journey to try different supplements, and I tried magnesium, I tried vitamin D, I tried M&M. Then eventually my blood pressure went down, and my headaches went, my brain fog went, and I had a lot of energy.
So I'm going to ask you a bit of a daft question. How big a problem is blood pressure?
Blood pressure is a very big problem in the whole world, especially the Western world. It's linked to strokes, mini strokes, heart attacks, all the major.
So even if our blood pressure is a little bit high,
major problems in the West. Everyone, as we get older, there's a high risk of having a heart attack and stroke.
Wow.
Yeah, and one of the main risk factors is blood pressure.
And then so you tried NMN and Resveratrol yourself.
Yeah.
And what happened? And what for you? What happened?
Well, while working in clinics, I felt as though I can't cope as much as I used to. I had less energy, I was more tired, and I had headaches, and had this brain fog, and my energy levels would go up and down, and when I did some tests and realised my cholesterol was raised, and my sugars are raised as well, and my blood pressure raised, so there's something physical that's going on in my body. So once I tried that for a couple of weeks, everything started coming down, the concentration became better, the sugars went down, and it was just like magic for me.
And did you expect that?
No. I was just like reading articles on the internet and just trialing everything, being open to try things.
And then I know you then also had an experience using NMN and Resveratrol with your dad when your dad got sick.
Yeah. I think M&M didn't come around about the time because my dad passed away maybe 15 years ago with bowel cancer, and that's all like dietary related. He worked in the Chinese takeaway, and he was having all the bad stuff, wasn't having enough meat and everything, and not enough. So having too much meat but not enough vegetables, and eventually developed bowel cancer. But that's all dietary related and obesity related as well. So I was getting put on weight as well, so that's a risk factor for me already. To get bowel cancer. And
when you took, again, just for your experience, when you took NMN and Resveratrol, did it work quickly, or was it something? Because I know, when a lot of people take supplements, so I know in my own life, when I've taken vitamin D and vitamin B12, you kind of take it and you're expecting, oh my God, I'm going to feel better tomorrow. But actually, what I found is when I've taken different supplements, sometimes it can take, a few weeks to notice a difference. But with NMN and Resveratrol, what did you find? For you personally, was it something quite quick? Was it something that took some time?
Oh, sorry, I didn't answer your first question. Can I go back to the first question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, the resveratrol, because my dad was having bowel cancer, stage 4 bowel cancer, he was given 18 months to live.
Yeah.
So he didn't want any advanced kind of therapy, which costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
He just wants to use the traditional NHS therapy, like chemotherapy. But I wanted to help him as much as possible with nutrition, so I researched lots of stuff, and I came through some studies on resveratrol, on animal studies, cellular studies to anti-cancer properties. But I gave, there wasn't much proof for it, but I gave it a try. But somehow my dad's life expectancy increased to 3 years rather than 18 months. So it could be related to resveratrol.
Yeah.
And that's the last time I used it until more recently during the pandemic.
And obviously, I know, as a doctor, you're not allowed to make, specific claims and things. But in a really general sense, how do doctors speak to patients about supplements? Because naturally, all supplements, not all supplements are good. People do need to take supplements. But, what's the kind of advice a GP would give to someone who comes in and says, I'd like to take this supplement or that supplement in kind of really general terms?
Well, in the medical world, drugs are licensed and go through regulations and produced in a certain way, and it's many studies behind them, and then clinicians will follow the guidelines prescribed, because they all have benefits to work. So if you take some anti-cancer drugs that help with cancer, if you take some treatment for heart attacks to help to get rid of things which are causing the blockage, and with food supplements, they're not classed as drugs, they're classed as food supplements. They're food that's taken, supplements that take alongside with food, but they're not there to cure or diagnose or treat diseases. So it's just an addition to your dietary thing. Yeah,
and so it's really up to the individual to just try it and see how it makes them feel, really.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, some supplements are highly researched, like magnesium, lots of benefits for like energy, tiredness, bone health, but these are highly researched, and the way it works in the scientific community, we have lots of studies, and then some panel will go through all the studies and work out the general consensus. And there are boards in Europe and in UK as well as America that go through all the studies and say which are scientifically proven.
Yeah, because I remember on the back of Dr. Tang's advice, I tried it, and I'm someone who's quite resistant to trying new supplements, because I'm very much kind of like, look at the science, look at the research. But my view was, well, Dr. Tang's taking it, so I'm going to give it a go. And my own very personal experience was after taking NMN and Resveratrol, within 2 weeks of taking it every day, I'd noticed just a bit more focus. I was definitely more awake in the mornings, just feeling a bit more energetic in the mornings. I was finding my energy level was more consistent during the day. So it wasn't like some dramatic boost or anything for me, but it was a bit like dialing the energy button up slightly and making the energy floor come up slightly, just so I felt a bit better in the day. And for me as well, I found the focus bit was a real noticeable improvement. So if I was in a meeting or something, whereas typically I'd be reaching for my phone or I'd be quite easily distracted, I did notice that I felt a bit more focused. And when I just did my very informal research, I'm not a doctor, it did show that actually some of those supplements, NMN and Resveratrol, can help with your focus. In general, do you think the brain's a new area for research on supplements? Because we're seeing lots coming onto the market, and I don't think people have really thought about how supplementation can impact their brains.
There's so much stuff on the market, and it costs a lot of money to do research. You need to have a large enough sample size, you have to go through all the ethical, moral protocols. It's very difficult to research everything. So there's lots of stuff out there which are not even tested. We don't know what the benefits are, but it's available as a food supplement. I mean,
in the long time I've known Dr. Tang, one thing I can tell you is that he very much treats himself as a guinea pig for all the different medical products and things that he makes. I want to talk to you about entrepreneurship as well, because alongside being a GP, you are an entrepreneur. You've had a number of different medical businesses over the years. But what made... So I want to talk about the name first, because I remember when you first told me about the brand Little Ox, I thought, I love that name. But So tell us a bit about where did the name come from, but also what made you decide to launch this business, Little Ox?
Yeah, following my dad's bowel cancer diagnosis and subsequent death, I came across like bowel cancer testing from my mother-in-law, because she's like a geneticist and like a biologist.
Yeah.
Then we launched a company called Biox Medical, and it was to bring German technology to UK to test for bowel cancer.
Yeah.
And that was called Biox Medical. And then somehow we thought, how do we change this Biox to Little Ox? And I thought it's Biox and use the ox and Little Ox.
Because it was literally that simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
And then also at the same time, my dad, in the Chinese astrology calendar, he's born in the year of the ox.
Yeah.
And that's where it's dedicated to him, because because the ox is a creature that's very hardworking in the Chinese zodiac, and just goes through everything, takes the pain, does a lot of hard work, and then I believe that every in life you have to put a lot of hard work in to make things happen, because it's small and it's powerful.
What a beautiful reason for the brand. But then, you know, you're already really busy. What made you then decide to launch this new business?
Life is short. We can't just keep on going where we are, and we have to keep on doing new things and contribute to society.
And how did you start? Because I think there's lots of people who'll be listening to this who maybe are thinking about starting their own business. Like, how did you even get started launching a new supplements brand? Like, what were those first steps? How did you actually get going with it?
I think basically meeting people. Like when I moved from the NHS stuff to private work, I realised that there's lots of entrepreneurs coming to our clinic, and then having a chat with them, I realised that they were trying lots of different things and lots of wonderful ideas I never thought of, and networking with different people, and you realise that people do amazing things because they want to put the innovation into implementation.
And then so you found a supplier, of course, for the product, and then again, you know, you're a professional in this. Like, what are the kind of things that you looked for to make sure that it was like, you know, really safe, really high quality?
Oh yeah, because being a doctor and being very precautious and you know, taking zero risk with everything, I'm always scared of, you know, doing something that's wrong and, you know, taking something in and giving to people and it's not safe. So I did a lot of research and looked at the legalities of how to launch a supplements company, all the legal stuff we need to do, and all the checks that we need to do with the factories that make supplements. We did all the checks, and all the factories that we use are HCCP compliant and GP compliant, and these are international standards of quality control for making supplements. And that
first batch arrives in your living room at home.
Yes.
And then what happened? Was that like, how, you know, was it because I think you started the business on TikTok, didn't you?
Oh no, eBay.
So you started on eBay?
Yeah. I saw on eBay people were selling M&M quite large quantities, and I thought, oh, this M&M, I'll give it a try, and I tried it myself, and I thought, wow, this is good stuff. I said maybe I could do it better, and then it came, the box came, and it just started to sell. Like pancakes.
And it's that classic story, you know, so many businesses, especially in e-commerce, so many businesses are, you know, start on the kitchen table. It's that classic thing. And I remember when you first told me about it, I was like, you literally are starting this on your kitchen table pretty much.
Absolutely.
And did you get the whole family involved, packing and shipping as well?
Yeah, I tried, Some of the children are too young to help out, so I had to use my spare time in the evening to pack things, and I had to work out how to pack things, how to deliver, learn all about the couriers, like DHL, FedEx and Royal Mail, and had a whole system.
And did you start to get orders from all over the world straight away?
Not around the world, but we did have orders from different countries. So it's working how to, you know, ship across different borders and learning all the custom stuff. All very new stuff for a GP. And
so now, fast forward a year, maybe? Has it been about a year since you started?
I started with the supplements business last October.
So it's been a little while now.
And
then, you know, myself and Warren, my friend, we've angel invested into the business. We've now got Little Ox offices and a team, and so now that you've got all this, you know, new infrastructure and investment behind you, like, what do you think? Like, what's your mission with this business? Kind of, let's say that we meet our goals, Little Ox grows and makes bags of sales, and everyone's doing well. What do you want from, like, what is your mission with this business?
Because my main job is a GP, I've got responsibilities running clinics, and I'm just doing this in my spare time. there's only a limit how much hours I got in a day to pack the stuff to market. There's so much stuff to do, like designing the products, ordering the product, checking things, and doing the marketing. One man cannot do it all. So it's good to delegate, to let other people help. Yeah. And that's the only way to make it bigger, I think. Because if I want to make a difference to people, I can make it bigger, so it's more widespread. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing journey. What I thought we'd do to finish is, I think it's really important. We've got a GP with us. It's not often we get Chun's time because he's busy saving lives. So I thought, let's get some nice top health tips from you, because lots of people that are going to be watching this and listening to this, we've all got busy lives. We're all training hard. What I thought would be really fun is just to get some of those really headline tips. So let's think about a few of the key things that everyone's going to be facing, and just what would you say to that patient coming in? So imagine, I think the number one thing is sleep. So many of us aren't sleeping well, and then we end up just tired. What would be your most important tip as a doctor to help us sleep better? There's lots of things you can do. Plenty of exercise. I always teach my patients to drain yourself physically and mentally. So do plenty of exercise per day and eat healthily. Yeah. And if you do eat badly, then it affects the way you sleep and affects the quality of sleep and affect the next day. So things like stimulants, e-colours, and alcohol, caffeine, you can stop you from sleeping. And
what do you think when patients come and see you? What are the top 3 or 4 things that everyone does to their health, which we really need to stop doing? So like the most common reasons that people's health's getting damaged, and the most common reasons that we're not, our bodies aren't performing optimally.
Maybe during the weekend people drink too much or smoke too much. I mean, you can drink, being a student, a medical student, we do drink. But
I've heard the stories.
Yeah, you learn. Yeah. But you don't really enjoy yourself if you drink too much. So it's good to drink in moderation, not too much to damage yourself, and you get good sleep that way. And again, lots of people that take supplements, like me, health conscious. We like to go to the gym. We like to be focused on our health. In terms of our training, do you have any top tips in terms of recovery as well? So, when we're training hard and we're working hard, obviously we've got to sleep well, but are there any other top tips you might give around how we can recover and make sure that our bodies are functioning on top form? Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not nutritional kind of expert or sports expert, but from my own experience, eating healthily, drinking plenty of fluids, and taking supplements will help your recovery and performance. Great.
Well, Dr. Chun, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the first episode of Little Ox, and I will definitely keep taking it. I've noticed a massive improvement in me from taking Little Ox, NMN and Resveratrol, and very soon you'll be able to subscribe online on the website to get it delivered right to you every month, so you can just forget about it. And I know there's a whole range of other products coming down the line as well, all really oriented around giving great value on performance health products. So thanks for listening. Thank you for your time, Dr. Tang.
Oh, thank you very much.
And we look forward to speaking soon.
Okay, see you guys.